Girl,
Girl, I'm going to bed.
I am exhausted. Like, I am so tired.
We only got 2 more days. 2 more days. We can make this happen.
We can make this happen for
We
sure.
can make this happen. Yes, we can.
I
Yes, we
think
can.
we are live. It's like loading on my end.
Yay. Okay, I'll go to your page really quickly here.
So tired. Oh, we're gonna exit.
We'll edit that.
I exited out of it, so we know we're live. Cool. Okay, that makes me happy.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
and I'm gonna share this real quick with a friend that wanted me to share it so she can hop on and support us. So I'm gonna send it to her
Yay.
and send it to all the ladies in the collective too. Because why not, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Great idea, by the way,
For
for
anybody
all
that's
you
hopping
ladies out
on,
there
yep,
that hopped in and was on our devotional tonight. Thank you so much for being there. I apologize. I was not the more chipper of the person tonight, but you will see me next week. I promise.
yes, yes. Okay, I've shared it to like multiple areas. People are gonna hop on. Um, I guess I should try to like stream it on my phone, but like mute it. I'm turning it all
Yeah,
the way.
what I do is I just turn it down enough to hear, and
Yes,
then that's it. Like to hear it just there so I can kind of watch it. That's all I do.
perfect. Well, welcome, welcome. This is my first live stream on my YouTube. Welcome to Heat Up Your Retreats channel. Usually, what is on this channel is interviews with people that are in the event space, retreat space, speaking space, whatever it might be. But God has been doing some redirection in my life and really calling me into doing some cool things with women and has put Michelle into my life. And we are doing some cool things. But tonight, we're not
Are.
really going to focus on the things we're doing. We're actually going to focus a little bit more about things going on in our lives and how sometimes you can get really exhausted doing things on your own. But before I dive into that, I want to introduce Michelle Rawls to each and every one of you that are on here with us tonight. Michelle Rawls, first off, we both live in the St. Louis area, so we're both Midwesterners at heart. And she has become one of the nearest and dearest, closest friends. I almost can say that I can call her my best friend now because we literally talk every single day. And
That
we
we
have
do.
become accountability partners with one another. We are cheering each other on. We help each other when we're going through stuff, like my
Right.
friend Paul Ibarra says, stuff.
Sure. That we
And
do.
yes. And so both of us have communities, and we've decided to partner together and really just create a really exciting community for women. So, Michelle, if you can just introduce yourself a little bit, tell everybody what you do, who you serve, because I know my community is going to want to know more about you and what you do.
All right. Well, I love you and you know that. So I wanted to say that. You took care of me tonight. I needed that. So I appreciate you. So hello everyone. My name is Michelle Rawls. I am a holistic functional nutritionist. I'm a nurse. I'm a diabetic education specialist. I'm a menopause coach. I'm a plant-based coach. But who do I serve? I serve those who are chronically ill and who are ready to start walking away from the Western world of medicine and walk into soil to table food and heal from God's food that He placed here on earth for us to actually consume and heal our bodies. So, again, my tagline is healing one bite at a time. So, thank you, Amanda. Tonight, last night was so much fun, by the way.
Yes, it
So much
was.
fun. I don't know who I was preaching to last night, but I really felt God coming into us last night. Like He
Yes,
was
yes.
present, He was here. It was so fantastic. So, um, but we talked about the community, and we earlier before we came on live, we talked about our devotional community and what you have created, and then we came together and we said, okay, well, why don't we just build this? Why don't we just make this happen, right? Let's build this community. Let's grow this community. So, why are we growing this community?
Mm. Girl, honestly, like we've talked about this. I actually started this selfishly of like the idea that came to my head because I travel a lot and my travel's a little slowed down a little bit throughout the rest of this year. God has a purpose with that and I'm grateful. But I was craving so much community with women because so many of us get so exhausted doing things on our own. And even tonight in our Bible study, like it just lit a fire under me. And as I was preparing for it, I was so excited because I knew that each and every lady that was going to come on, they were all going to want to pour into one another. And that's what it's all about is we like, and this is something we talked about last night. We talked about this in the Bible study. We've had conversations about this, like literally over the past 48 hours. Michelle and I've talked about this, how we wear so many hats as women. We have so many roles in our lives. And sometimes we just have to step back and go, okay, I just need to be me. I need to be with other like minded women so I can just be myself. And that's why we're doing what we're doing is creating that space specifically in the St. Louis area, which is in Missouri. For any of you watching that is like, where's St. Louis? That's in Missouri. Unfortunately, like the event that we're doing is really for locals, but we do have something else coming up that anybody can come to. But
Right.
created this so that people, or not people, let me backtrack,
I
women.
was gonna say, hold on, women.
We were doing that last night. We're like, wait, nope, not people, women.
Sorry, men, but we're not
Sorry.
sorry. So,
Sorry, not sorry. But
right.
for women to be able to have a place to just really feel like they can just be themselves. Like tonight in our Bible study, it was so nice because one of the ladies on there was a little bit nervous and I was like, there's no judgment. Zero judgment here. And that's the type of space we're creating because I'll tell you what, as women, there's like such a demand of like you got to be pretty, you got to be skinny, you got to have the perfect spouse, you have to have an amazing business, you have to be the best employee. Like there's like so many things required of us from the world, but remembering that God calls us to an identity, which that our identity is we're worthy, we're chosen, we're loved, we're valued, we're holy, we're beloved. And that's where the space is for women that love Jesus. And even if you don't know anything about Jesus, you need to be around some Jesus people because they're going to love on you.
That's
But
right.
this is a place for just women to get together and be loved on. And I'm so excited for what's to come.
So, what you're trying to say, Ms. Amanda, is that we are looking for those women who are looking and been tugged on, on God's word. They've been kind of tipping their toes in God's word. But then again, we're also looking for those women for, what we're talking about tonight that are not just feeling the pressure of, life overall, but specifically your career, your business, your place within that family, where's your self-care? Where's that self-love? Where is, that place for you to identify with you? And that is what we find. We've heard this so many times, I don't know where my place is right now because I'm doing
Mm,
all these things.
girl, yes.
I've heard it in business as well. Meet a lot of women, on the daily, and they tell me all the time that, they just don't know, number one, if they can fit their health into their life. They feel like they have to pull that aside and unable to make that a family thing because no one's going to be on board with them. And so we have these conversations, and that is one of the things we're going to talk about at this event that we're getting ready to tell everybody about. So you want to
Yes.
elaborate a little further on that so we can kind of dive in here and have this conversation?
Yes, real quick. I know you will be so proud of me because I told you like this morning, like I ate really healthy. Now I did I had a little bit of chips, but honestly, that like what I realized today, and we're like on the health subject right now, friends. So just bear with me for a moment as you're like, okay, you're talking about this event. What's this event coming up? But I want to share with you like what Michelle has done for me with changing like my brain and really trying to focus on eating healthier, feeling better. So it's all in moderation. So I literally ate probably about two big handfuls of chips, like, and they were jalapeno chips, kettle chips, maybe a little bit better for you, probably not, but ate those this morning, like around 11, because I've been up since 5, took a little mini nap, but well, it was a long morning. And I haven't snacked on anything that's junk. I ate a dessert this afternoon. Real proud of myself for this one too. Whipped cream because I love ice cream. So I was like, whipped cream, way less sugar. It's way better for you. I put in some dark chocolate chips, some coconut that's sweetened, and then peanut butter protein powder. Mixed all of that up. And I honestly and I only put like two heaping scoops, a little bit of chocolate chips, a little bit of everything. And I was full halfway through it, but I was like, I don't want to waste it. Like, I'm gonna eat it because there's protein in there. You gotta eat that protein. And that was some good stuff. And I'm not like in the mood for sugar tonight, which is amazing. And I'm eating a salad right now. It's still sitting out there because I couldn't finish it. Chicken and like all the vegetables. I'm like
Oh,
feeling
I'm
real
I'm
good today.
impressed. I'm impressed because where we started from,
Girl,
what, has it been 3 weeks ago? I think
I
it's
think it's
been
been
almost
about
three
that.
weeks
Yeah.
ago. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
where you started from 3 weeks ago is definitely that's not the conversation we're having today. So I like this conversation. So again, it's about taking that one small step.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about, oh, I gotta clean my refrigerator out because I'm going to put all the healthy stuff in. This is a huge misconception. People believe that that's what they need to do, but what they're
Yep.
really doing is they're shutting down their mind. The mind's going, nope, not doing that, but let me tell you what I am going to do. And then you start telling yourself, it happens. There's this little voice in your head. No, I can have that over there because I
Yep.
was really good today. So I can have this over here.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, you're doing it every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you're back to your habits. So again, what I teach is small changes. If that you can do that for 21 days, hey, guess what? We'll take another change and we'll make that happen. So
Yes.
I'm very impressed with this conversation tonight. So thank
I
you for
figured you would
sharing
be.
that. I do. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you in all sincerity. I love you and that's just amazing. That's awesome. So keep up the great work. I know you're getting ready to travel again tomorrow, so hopefully,
Yes.
that all works out too. So,
It's all about just like eating in moderation. Like you can have like I literally like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna cut out all sweets. Well, like I did have like two little like airhead bites today, but I was like, okay, that satisfied that little like sweet and sour craving. And it's like all about just eating in like moderation. I used to eat like a whole bag of candy. And so like seeing the changes that have come from like what you've been teaching me, how to reduce inflammation, because obviously like I'm pretty sure I have some gluten intolerance going on in my body. I've never actually been diagnosed, but anytime any gluten comes in my body, I'm like, so bloated, I don't feel good. And so and eating in moderation. And to kind of like build off of that, we have an event coming up on July 16th, on Thursday, July 16th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. It's going to be at Tower Grove Park and Missouri Botanical Garden. And so when we're at Tower Grove Park, we're going to have a private pavilion. Michelle is going to be doing something really exciting that I would love for you to share a little bit about, and then we'll dive into the other half of the evening and what we're going to be doing.
all right. Well, first, before I dive into what we're going to be doing with that part of it, I want to ask you a question. So you said that you had two little Nerf candies today, right? Which I know what you're talking about. It's a sweet and sour chew, isn't it right? It's a
Yeah.
chewy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think you actually ate those two pieces?
Because I stumbled across a bag that I had in my room when I was packing. I was like, oh, I need to get some of like my crackers and get all of like my energy packets out of here. And I knew I had some like spicy nuts in there that I wanted to pack. And they were like at the bottom of the bag, little stragglers. I was like, oh.
Okay, but I'm going to dive a little deeper because there's a reason why you ate them. So,
Stress.
okay. So we're packing. The stress is high, right?
Yes,
So why not? That's our thought pattern. Why not?
exactly.
But we don't
Yep.
realize that you want. Okay, so why do you think, my question is, why do you think that you actually chose the little sweet sour candy? Why didn't you choose the nuts? Why didn't you choose one of the other things you had in your
You
hand?
wanted a reward, and I think sweets are a reward. That stems back to my childhood. We've had this conversation.
But I just wanted to point out that this is the reason why you want to come to this event because we are
Yes.
going to have one amazing conversation on this level right here. And I have got a beautiful key piece for dinner. Jason is going to be making us a beautiful dinner. We have two options available. So let me tell you what's going to be. You've got an option of if you're that person who likes the more softer of the foods, maybe you like your pastas, maybe you like your salads, maybe um, and I mean salad in the sense like tuna salads, things like that, right? Or ham salads, chicken salads, things like
Hmm.
that. Then on the other side, because I'm not going to give away what we're eating here.
Good. 'Cause I don't even know. She hasn't
I'm
told me,
not
guys. She hasn't even told
Right.
me. It's a
I know
secret.
I haven't. And I thought about that today too. I was like, I really haven't crossed this over with Amanda yet. So I probably should show her. And I will do that. I promise. While you're probably out in Colorado, you'll
All
get
good.
that. Um,
I like surprises.
on the
So,
other side, you also have a choice then on the other side if you don't want that and you're more of a you like the savory flavor, you like to crunch, you like to bite down like chicken wings, things like that. Or you like that salad that's got the nuts and the seeds and the crunch to it. So you've got some options here. And but here's why we're doing it. We're doing it because these are foods that are going to start pulling that inflammation out of your body that night. And so if
mm,
you're someone who's suffering from, you know, oxidative stress, what does that mean? Well, you're chronically, stressed out on a regular basis. You're carrying all the load, ladies. You're trying to build a successful business, or you're trying to keep a successful home, or you're trying to make sure every kid, John Boy, all them, you're trying to get them where they need to be. Believe me, I know I'm
hmm
a grandmother. I've got four of them that, I have to hurdle along and go, okay, here we go. I've got to get you over here and you over here and you over there. So it's a lot of work. I understand. I had three children myself. With that said, though, you don't realize how much you're actually harming your own body by not having that time to really take it down a level and
mm,
understand and be with yourself. So this food that we've got coming for dinner on Thursday night, July 16th at 5:30, you're going to be amazed at what has been put together, but it's going to start pulling that inflammation out of the body. And not only that, but right before we go to the botanical gardens, as Amanda said, you've got a nice little energy boost that you're going to get. It's all natural. This is all food, soil to table food, right? So you're going to have a nice little energy boost before we go over to the botanical gardens. And at that point, Amanda, what are we going to be doing? I'm like excited for this. So I actually looked it up, what the botanical gardens does on
yep.
this night. It's really beautiful.
hmm
It's
hmm
absolutely stunning. So
Yes.
where are we taking them into why are we taking them to the botanical gardens?
Well, one thing we're trying to do is reduce stress for every woman because we all struggle with a lot of stress, a lot of things on our plate. So we're starting the night obviously with healthy food. We're giving our body energy, and then we're going to go over to the botanical gardens. And for me, the two times I've been there, it is one of the most peaceful, serene places I have been in the St. Louis area. And I absolutely love going into that big dome. They have like a specific word for it, but I don't know what it is. But anyway, like the plants in there remind me of being like in the Caribbean or something. They're so beautiful. And it's so serene. They have a waterfall in there. So my thought process behind this was, why don't we pair together women, create a little fun scavenger hunt and have some prizes? And then walk around the botanical garden. And one, we're going there after hours. So, friends, usually the botanical garden closes at 5. But they, between Thursdays to Sundays, I believe it is, in the summer, they open it up in the evenings and they do a glow type event. It has a long name to it, but I can't remember the exact name. But
I cannot say that
it's
name.
called Bloom and Belong.
Yeah.
So that's what we're calling it. That's what
Exactly.
it is. But we're gonna go there and we're gonna experience. They have sculptures that are all lit up. It is like gonna be the most Instagrammable photos that you're gonna want to take with the new friends that you're gonna make, with the group that you're gonna be with. And it's going to be a lot of fun just to walk through and have a peaceful evening before heading back home to your family, to your job, to your business, whatever it is that you might be going home to and having to wake up to again the following day, and just feeling like your cup has been filled to the brim and is overflowing, and the connections that are going to be made there. Friends, we had Bible study tonight with a whole group of women. And the connections, everyone's like, I need your number. Like, we need to connect. Like, I want to be able to pray over you. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. I was like, this is going to be even better in person. So, if Michelle and I are already seeing what is happening, and you are somebody craving that community, craving friendship with women that love Jesus, women that have a heart to give and to serve and to love on you, pray over you, comfort you, cheer you on, all of the things, this is that community. This is the event to go to. Setting aside some time for yourself, for one, to eat healthy and learn about eating healthy. And then two, to be able to just have some time, have an experience, which that is what I'm all about, is creating transformational experiences, having a transformational experience with connecting with women, having fun, walking through the botanical garden, seeing these really beautifully lit up sculptures. I know that there's more to that. Like, I know their website barely shows you purposely because they're
Yeah.
like, you got to come and see it. And so I'm
Right.
really excited to be able to be a part of this very like VIP experience, because this is not something they do on the regular, with this group of ladies. This Bloom and Belong event is going to be so much fun.
It is. It is going to be fun. And the thing of it is that we are looking for the women, right? Sorry, men, not sorry, but the women that are, again, you're someone out here, you feel isolated, you really don't know maybe where that next step is in your business and you're looking to find that out, that we're going to be speaking upon this during this time frame. We're going to dive into your health. That's why I was going over with Amanda, what made you eat that? Let's get back to the root of what stemmed this. And she went right back. Well, it stems from my childhood. There's a lot of things that stem from our childhood that triggers us in
Yep.
our eating. And my goal is that you just recognize it and we have that conversation, because that's our
Hmm.
very first thing we want to have here is awareness.
Yep.
Awareness of what you're actually dealing with every single day, but you've just become so used to your days and what you're doing, and you feel the pressure on you all day, every day. And you need a place to have a community that you can come to. I know a lot of women, and again, we've been pouring those individuals into our community here because they feel alone, they feel isolated, and so like they really can't get away from the family to have a place to really be like themselves. There's this mask that they're wearing in the home, there's a mask that they're wearing when they're at work. So if I'm speaking to anyone tonight, which I think God's coming right back in me again and we're having this conversation, but we do have masks that we wear. We're
Yep.
not the same person when we are
Mm,
out in public versus when we're at home. And
yep.
why is that? And that
Mm,
leads into how we eat, how we show up, what we represent. Do we represent that? Because now it's kind of like, oh, I don't think I know, if that's really me anymore or not. I mean, Amanda, let's talk about this really quickly. So you had two children at home. Your oldest one graduated. She went to college. She now lives in another state.
yep.
You just recently had your son graduate high school
Hmm.
and not sure where that is right now, right? Is
Yep.
he heading to college over here? Is he going to go work? I mean, there's this, but you're going to be an empty nester very soon. And
Mm,
many times you have said, you know what, I feel alone sometimes,
yep.
because guess what? He's got his own life, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's actually at work right now. And during the
See?
day when he's home, he's like, what do you want when I try to talk to him? I'm like, okay. teenagers, hurry up and turn like 20. Maybe you'll be a little bit
Right.
kinder.
Hang tight. It happens faster than you want it to happen.
That's
But
true. That is
though
true.
that empty nesting is there, right? And
Yes.
now you're an empty nester for the most part, and you're building a business. You're growing and blooming a business. So with that said, there's a lot of moments where that's why I asked you about the candy. Was it
Mm,
because you were stressed, or was it because you were alone, or was it because you were hungry, or was it because you were tired? These are all things I ask all the time of
yep.
people. And it's the first place to start. Before you open that
Yes.
refrigerator, I tell everybody, give yourself the HALT method. H, am I hungry? A, am I angry? L, am I lonely or bored? B doesn't quite fit in there, so I went with L for lonely. And then T for tired. How many nights have you stayed up and you just keep eating because
Mm.
you don't really want to go to bed? You're working on some things, right? Career oriented women, we're up. We're cracking the midnight oil.
I mean, look at it right now. It's almost 9 p.m. and we still going.
We're still going. And we've been up since 5 a.m.
Girl,
Yeah.
it's early days.
Actually, it was before that. I mean, I slid in at 5:04 on that one. So
But I went back to sleep for a couple hours. I was like, my head was pounded. I'm like,
I
this is
get
not
it.
gonna work today.
But and again, hydration is important. These are all key factors, right? Exactly. So with that said, these are things that we're going to go over at the Bloom and
Mhm.
Belong, and we're going to touch base on them because why?
I guess I'm a little bit tired. We're gonna touch base on what? I'm like, huh? I feel like you just put me on the spot like I'm at school. I'm like,
We're going to touch
teacher.
base on your career. We're going to touch base on your food. We're going to touch base on why you do the things you do. We're going to kind of open
Yes.
up that mental mindset, that emotional mindset that night on July 16th at Bloom and Belong. There's a reason why we're tapping into it because we have something bigger coming for you. So, what
Yeah.
is the bigger side of this, Amanda, that we've got for everybody?
So the bigger side of this is something that has been on both of our hearts, actually, how we got connected, if you
Is
think about it.
exactly how we got connected.
I'm like, wait a second. Like, we were Facebook friends,
Yep.
but like we never really connected. And
No.
then, so to give you a backstory first off about how Michelle and I met and why like we're doing what we're doing. So when we first met, I've been helping people with retreats for years. And so I was connected with a mutual friend of Michelle and I's. And then he's like, I need to connect you to some people that are doing this retreat. And so Michelle was a part of this group. That retreat didn't end up happening, and there was a reason behind that because God wanted me to get connected to you, Michelle.
I know, I know. I believe that 100%, 100% because of how it all just landed.
And so I think we hopped on a call, and
We
then
did.
honestly, like I think back, I'm like, how did this relationship bloom so like we've been talking for a while. Like it's been a
We
while.
have, and that's why I said last night, I'm like, how long has it been? Because I know it's been at least a year. I
Oh
do
yeah.
know
Yeah.
that because,
Yes.
we were
For
supposed to
sure.
be on that retreat in April
Yeah.
and, that didn't happen. But
And we started planning that in April of last year. Actually, I think it
yeah,
was like March of
it was
last
March
year.
of, I think it was March. Yeah.
Yes. So we've
Yeah.
known each other for going on almost a year and a half at this point. And I, I don't remember now. We got reconnected because God had put on my heart to start a Bible study.
That is
And I was
exactly what
like,
happened.
so it was a Kingdompreneur Bible study, and you and Paul were the ones that showed up every week. And so we started creating this bond. It was like, as Michelle says all the time, there is,
Power in three. There's
yep,
power in three. But I have to really contribute that to Mr. William, my co-host on Mindful Nuggets. He's the one who taught me everything about the power of three.
yes.
So
I
bless
mean,
his
the
heart.
power of three is God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
That's
So
right.
it goes right back to the Bible. But we started that Bible study, and then things kind of started to fizzle. And then now we have this new amazing Bible study for women. But as Michelle and I were talking, I had said I was really felt heavy on my heart to plan a retreat. And she was like, well, so do I. And I was like, oh, really? And so we decided to collaborate together because we both have this heart this big heart for women, for serving women, for pouring into women. Like Michelle, like you honestly have one of the biggest hearts that I know because you literally pour into every person. And I'm on a lot of calls with you. I'm on the Bible study call, I'm on lunch with Lynn, I'm on the 5 a.m. call, and she's constantly pouring in without expecting anything in return. And that is what we want for this community, is for us to just pour into you, to be able to help you feel like you can get rid of that burnout that you're going through and just get rejuvenated. So we have put together a retreat October 15th through the 18th of this year. It's going to be in St. Louis. We're going to be staying at the Doubletree Hilton in St. Louis. And actually, Michelle and I are going to be going down there in a couple weeks and doing some lives down there and some videos and photos. So you're going to see all those things sooner than later, which we're really excited about, so that we can share some content with you. It'll be right after our Bloom and Belong event, literally the following day after.
Which is going to be the first time, by the way, guys, that Amanda and I will actually come together in person and meet.
Yes. Besides the Bloom and Belong, but yes.
It will be at the Bloom and Belong. Yes,
Yes.
that'll be the first time
Yes.
that we will actually physically, actually meet each other. So I'm excited. I already told you, I'm going to give you a huge hug. I'll probably hold you for a while because it's just been such a great journey.
Yes.
Like you said, we have our accountability group. We have lunch with Lynn. We have our 5 a.m. group. And now we've got an amazing Wednesday group. I just
Yes.
cannot get over. I mean, my phone's been blowing up
Mm-hmm.
over the
Mm-hmm.
messages about tonight. So
Yes.
again, we're building something that God has truly called us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you just don't know what he has in store with you or for you until
Mm-hmm.
you open your heart
And
and
take
say,
that
you
first
know
step.
what, God, I'm all yours. I surrender. I'm ready. Where do you want me to go? And believe me, when you say, God, you know my heart, let me tell you what, He knows your heart at that point because you'll feel that really touch you. I remember the first time I said, okay, God, that's it. I surrender. You know my heart. And I just felt like this opening, this awakening, inside.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started seeing things align. And we're going to talk about that whenever, you guys come to Bloom and Belong. So,
Yes.
okay, so we have the Bloom and Belong on July the 16th at 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Again, remember, like Amanda said, the Botanical Gardens closes at 5, so this is a special event that they've got going on. Amanda, let's talk about how they can actually join that event, be a part of that, come into our community, and let's not forget to ask them to join us in our, community with our Bible study because
Yes.
it's huge. That's
Yes.
huge.
So we have multiple ways for you to be a part of this. We have a WhatsApp chat. For any of you that aren't familiar with what WhatsApp is, it is just a app on your phone that is a communication app. And it makes it easier than like Facebook, because not everybody has Facebook. Makes it easier for text messages because when you want to add people in, you're creating a whole new text thread. So this is a way just to add people in. We have multiple little mini groups inside of this WhatsApp group. And it's just a place where people are pouring into one another. Like tonight has been awesome. I've seen a whole lot of messages come through in that, and I'm like, this is so cool. And then we also have the Bible study on Wednesday nights from 5 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are focusing on our identity and our identity being in Christ. So we are in the book of Ephesians, and it's just a 4-week study. So we're just doing it for 4 weeks. We're going to take a couple weeks off, and then we're going to start in a new I don't my brain's not working. A
It'll be a
whole
new
new
book. We're going
topic.
to do a new book. Yeah, we're going to do a new study, get into
Yep.
a new book, and we'll do another 4 weeks. And like
Mm-hmm.
she says, we'll take a couple weeks off and then we'll come back and do another 4 weeks. So,
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong, our Acts Bible study was great, but when, we moved over to Clubhouse, it just didn't quite work like, we
Yeah.
had planned it to. And then all of a sudden, our very first one tonight, we bring it back, to our community and we're like, hey, let's go on Zoom and then we'll go from there. I was
Yeah.
shocked at how many, ladies showed
I
up.
think there was 8 of us there,
I
which was
was.
like for
There
the first
was.
night, I was like, okay, like this is amazing. And we're only gonna grow from there. So like
Absolutely.
everybody was so vulnerable tonight. It was amazing. And so if you're looking for that type of community, because I know me personally, like when people are at church, people tend to like put on a mask. Or like if you're at a networking event, if you're a business owner, people really put on those masks.
Yes, they
And
do.
this community is, and especially the Bible study in itself too, which that is completely free for you to be a part of. Obviously, there is a cost to come to Bloom and Belong because we're feeding you, we're taking you to the botanical garden, we have a private pavilion, all of those things. It's very inexpensive. So please reach out to us if you want more information about that because it is a limited amount of women. We're only allowing 20 women to come and join us. We already have a few that are getting ready to sign up. So once those spots are gone, the spots are gone. And we know how you Midwesterners are. You like to wait until the last minute. So we're going to
Yeah,
leave the registration open until I think about 3 days before
yeah,
because we have to pay the botanical garden. We have to get the meals prepared for the chef.
we
So
do.
we have until like about July, I would say July 13th will be the final day to sign up. So you've got 12 days. And please reach out to say, hey, hold my spot. Like at least do that. If you're like, I don't have the cash right now, but I get paid on like the 15th, or we can hold your spot. That is not a problem at all.
Right.
So reach
Absolutely.
out to us. We want you to be a part of this. And if you want to know about the retreat, we're definitely going to be discussing that as well at our Bloom and Belong. And we're going to be doing some more lives and sharing all the details about that as well. So friends, if you're feeling alone, like literally, I think I had 3 ladies reach out to me tonight that I invited to this community, to the Bible study tonight, and they were like, you do not even know how much I needed this tonight because I was like going through it. And this was like one of them literally said to me that you were an answer to prayer today. And I was
Oh,
like,
that's good.
oh my gosh. Like,
That's good.
yes.
That's what we want to hear,
Mm,
is that someone is, we understand you're struggling. And, especially if you're an entrepreneur, we know you're struggling. We
yep.
understand you're struggling. We know why you're struggling, and we want to help you walk that path, and get you back on track. So
Yes.
definitely, reach out, have a conversation with Amanda or I. Um, we would love nothing more than if you really do want to be there and money is the issue, we have ways we can help you. So reach out, have the conversation, and don't hesitate to do that.
Yes. So, Michelle, do you have any closing words? Because I know we're like getting right on time and I want you to get some rest tonight and I'm traveling tomorrow.
Same for
So,
you. You're traveling tomorrow, so you need to get to bed and get some sleep.
girl, I got
I
another
don't
two
really have
hours.
any. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know who's needing to hear this, but obviously, I'm being a little tugged. Bottom line is that again, we understand the struggle. We hear the struggle. We're out there every single day talking to all business entities, women, women entrepreneurs. We also talk to men entrepreneurs as well. It's
Yeah.
just that our side of what we do is for women, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
I tend to really help more of the menopausal women, perimenopausal women, those who are suffering with diabetes, especially. I have some cancer patients as well, but the bottom line is I hear the same thing. I feel really being tugged on my heart that I need to get back to God. There's a reason why you're being tugged. So I just want you to kind of reflect on that.
Hmm.
Maybe sit with it tonight, but reach out to Amanda or I and let's have a conversation. If anything, just please come and join the Wednesday night Bible study because that
Yes.
I was really, I'm not even, kidding, Amanda. I was really shocked after I got back home. And I started seeing my phone just blow up with messages about, the Bible study tonight. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like we did it,
Yep.
because I just knew that that was our conversation, even though we hadn't had that conversation.
Hmm.
So whenever you said, let's move it out back out of Clubhouse into Zoom, and
Yep.
then 8 women showed up tonight, and
Hmm.
each one of them like had some really heartfelt things to say.
Yep.
So that's awesome. And the community we're building is absolutely awesome. So,
Agreed.
all right, well, you roll us out tonight and tell everybody again where they can go.
So, friends, if you want to know more about how to be a part of this event, if you want to know more about the retreat, if you want to know more about the Bible study, the collective, uh, maybe you want to know more about the 5 a.m. call we're a part of, you're probably like, what is that? Reach out to either of us. I'm going to tell you our email addresses. Get your pen and paper out or swipe
That's
out of your
right.
YouTube real quick and pull up your notes in your phone so that you can take this down. So, for my email, it's Amanda at across, that's ACROSS, thehorizontravel.com, or reach out to Michelle Rawls at Michelle at show, that's SHOW, me nourish. If you don't know how to spell nourish, it's NOURISH.com. So reach out to us, literally just put in the topic YouTube. Like you can put that in the subject line and just say, hey, I want to know more details. Or feel free to locate us on social media. Feel free to locate us on our YouTubes. Like if you're watching this YouTube, you can comment on it. Like we will find a way to reach out to you, to connect with you. And we want to pray over you too. That is another thing. If you're watching this and you're like, okay, I can't afford these events right now. That's not what I want to do, but I want to be a part of something and I need some prayer. Michelle and I are prayer warriors. We want to pray for you. We want to love on you because where two or more gather in Jesus' name, there he is. And so we want to be able
Amen.
to be there. There's power in three. So if you're one of you and you want to reach out to both of us, we'll get on a call with you and we'll pray over you, love on you, see how we can support you because that's what we're here for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I look forward to it. All right. So get over into our community or reach out to us. Let's do this tonight. We may not answer tonight because we're both exhausted, but we will get back to you within the 24-hour time frame. So
Yes.
we love each and every one of you. God bless you. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Amanda, I can't wait. I really just can't wait, because we've done so much. We talk every day, and yet we still haven't been able to, come
Hey, you know
together.
what? It's okay.
But
It's all in God's
it is
timing.
okay because it's all in his timing. So, and it's gonna make it. So hang in
Exactly.
there. All
Well,
right.
friends, for any of you joining this channel, if you're watching this, make sure to like, subscribe, share this with someone that needs to hear this. And we're excited. There's going to be more live, so be on the lookout for Michelle's channel as well. I'm going to be dropping both of our LinkedIn's in here in the show notes, the link to sign up to go to Bloom and Belong, and any other details that I think that need to be in there for you to be able to connect with us. So friends, have an awesome night. Have a happy 4th. It's our 250th anniversary, which is amazing. And have a happy 4th. And we love you all. Thank you for joining us. Bye,
Bye.
friends. Okay, now to figure out how to get this thing to stop.
Go up on top, go
Uh-huh.
to the top of Zoom, and it'll say